Hey, you hit play on the third video. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. This is the third installment of what I'm calling the Weasel Convention Show. Not for any particular reason. It's just a funny phrase. Would you believe that the first two videos have gotten over 5 million views on YouTube? Yeah, I wouldn't believe that either. I have received feedback that some of you guys don't want to hear me talk about the coronavirus anymore. So instead of that, I'm going to dig into my very large bag of pet peeves again, and I'll talk about some of those instead. So if nothing else, this will be therapeutic for me, if not enjoyable for you. Close to number one on that list is this: watching a TV show on your phone at full volume in a restaurant. Really? Did you ever notice that the TVs that are in restaurants have the volume turned down? Do you know why? It's because not everybody is interested in finding out why Cooper and Madison decided to buy the townhouse instead of the ranch. And right below that entry, of course, is playing your phone conversations on speaker in public. Again, at full volume. If you ever do that when you're on the phone with me, please let me know up front that you're sharing our private conversation with 15 to 30 total strangers, and that they're getting to hear my voice as if I'm shouting from the bottom of a well. And then I'll hang up. I live in a dead-end neighborhood, and one of the things I always notice is people sitting in their cars at the stop signs for like 30 seconds or a full minute. And they're doing stuff on their phones, which means they left their house in such a hurry that they didn't have time to check their texts or their voicemail before they ran out the door. But once the car's running and they're out on a public roadway, they have plenty of time to catch up with everybody. Actually, you can do so much on your phones these days that before long we're just going to pull out of our driveway, drive up to the first stop sign, sit there for 8 hours doing work on our phones, and then back up and pull back into the driveway. Well, at least if we do that, we won't have to worry about social distancing. All right, I know these photographs have been very popular with you guys, and so now here for you to enjoy is a picture of Annapolis. A lot of you probably recognize where I am right now. It's the fellowship hall at my church. And since most of the people I know go to my church, probably the bulk of you watching this are very familiar with this. But I just thought, what greater way to add some excitement and spice to our kind of boring lives right now than to take a tour of the kitchen of the fellowship hall at my church. I can't think of anything more exciting than that. Let's go. Let's see what's in the kitchen. Just walk back here. Check out where the magic happens every week. Oh boy, look at this. This is exciting. Fritos, left over from 2 weeks ago, I guess, when we had our last lunch fellowship. See how they're doing. A little chewy. Fun fact about Fritos: they were originally supposed to be called Free Fingers, but the marketing department thought that that wasn't a good name. They thought people would object to the idea of eating fingers. It is kind of gross. So fortunately they changed the name to Fritos, which is obviously much, much better. Oh, here we go. This is very important. This is the coffee maker we use every week. I've never used this coffee maker, but it seems simple enough. Take the lid off. There's another lid inside here to keep it fresher. If you have two lids, that keeps it fresher. So it's basically just a big pot. You dump your water in there, dump your coffee grounds in there, however much cream and sugar you want, put it in there, just plug it in. Put the lids on, of course. Put those lids back on there. Yep. And then in about 30 seconds, you've got coffee. Comes out right there. Simple enough. Let's see what else we got. Let's go over to this. Oh my. I haven't seen that much hand sanitizer in one place for about 2 weeks. Wow. That's very rare. What else? Oh. Dum-dums. That's not appropriate. I'm not commenting on that. Don't say dum-dums. That's not nice. Ooh, the refrigerators. Always something interesting in the refrigerator. Let's see. Oh. Frozen buns. There's a joke there somewhere. Frozen buns. Oh boy. What I like about the refrigerators is that sometimes you can find snacks that just kind of fall down. Yep, look at there. Pretzel right there. Just get the dust off because it's gross to eat dust. That one's been there a while. Still good though. Still good. I actually don't know what's in these cabinets up here. Ah! All right. I'll clean that up later. All right. Sorry about that. So that's our Fellowship Hall kitchen. It's a very exciting place. All right, back to you. I'm not sure why I said back to you. I'm the only one here. But it just seemed like the right thing to say. So one of the things that was very disappointed to a lot of us was that all of the sports were canceled. No more March Madness, no more brackets for you to get excited about and then throw in the trash after the first day of tournament play. But that doesn't mean that you have to get rid of brackets altogether. Brackets are good for a lot of things. So I thought I'd give you some examples. Here are 4 different examples of brackets that you guys can create at home and follow along to relieve the boredom. Here we go. So first, of course, you've got your presidential election bracket. We'll start over on the right side where it's not really that exciting. It's a little bit predictable on the Republican side there. But if you go on the left to the Democrat side, things are a little bit more exciting. So you see in the top bracket here, you have Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. We know how that contest has played out. Go to the bottom, you've got Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg. After that, you get into some of the lesser known names. Here we have Tulsi Gabbard and her opponent, Sir Spam Spamming Spamalot Spam. And then in the last bracket here in the middle, you have Andrew Yang and Tigger. This bracket's a little more immediate probably for your family. This bracket, of course, represents what you will run out of first. So number 1, hand sanitizer, one of the top contenders in this category. Then you have toilet paper. It's going to be a tough contest between hand sanitizer and toilet paper. But don't forget about YouTube cat videos. It might seem like those are infinite, but they're not. You could run out. And then finally, of course, sanity. And our last bracket asks, where will you go first when the lockdown ends? Number 1, a movie theater that is clean for the first time in 15 years. That's an experience you may never be able to have again. Or a sit-down restaurant that's been taken over by bats. That'll be very exciting. How about this one? A school where teachers have been secretly sitting in their classrooms in silence for 5 weeks. Or, which is the most probable one, nowhere, because your eyes can no longer tolerate sunlight. Okay, that's our show for today. Again, if you like this and you think others might like it, please share it with all your friends. Subscribe if you'd like to find out when the next video goes up. Thanks. Stay safe and healthy, everybody.